the word, gang? Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what we finna do. Y'all see the title. I'm trying to get into this one, you feel me? I ain't even gonna waste no time. Just say like, comment, subscribe, post noties, all that good stuff. You feel me? Come on.
Esports employee who revealed how he bribed his store manager to backdoor thousands of pairs.
Paid my manager per pair. Started off with like 10, 15 bucks. Then she started asking for more.
And this is an ex-Foot Locker manager who told me how he backdoored almost all of his lost and found stock.
That release alone, I made my 2,000. I had 3 cases of lost and founds, maybe 1 box out.
And this is a Nike worker who exposed why a Nike manager is getting sued by Nike for over $100,000.
There's been like one guy, I think he got caught. It was like $100,000 he had to pay back, employee discount.
I was backdooring last year, October, I think till like March of this year.
So you were going for, what, 5 months?
Yeah, might have been longer.
How many shoes do you think you backdoored over those 5 months?
I couldn't say. I know that I was getting runs of stuff like triple pinks, Valerian dunks when those came out. That was hot. Everything for retail.
You were backdooring to your friends or just
Myself,
you were just taking it yourself?
taking stock. Manager helped me out.
So how did that work? What's the breakdown?
Breakdown is as long as I had cash, didn't use any accounts, paid my manager per pair,
How much do you pay?
depending on the shoe, really. It was like, started off with like 10, 15 bucks. Then she started asking for more. So it ended up being like 30, depending.
So how much profit would you make? Let's say triple
Well, when I was
pink.
going to events, well, those triple pinks, I think I flipped them to him at the time. Cheapest was like 160, somewhere like 200, I think.
So you paid her 105,
Yeah,
you were making 55 a pair.
yeah, to 80, depending.
How much profit do you think in total you made just from
That is-
backdoor?
I don't even
Crazy, bro. Just let regular people fucking buy shoes, dog. It's fucking bullshit.
know. Because then I have to include like pandas, because that was a lick. I mean, I make like 20, 30 bucks, 40 bucks easily.
And that was like every,
And that was, yeah, when they were restocking. Yeah, I made money there for sure. More than what I was actually making there for sure.
you were making more from the backdoor.
Oh, easily. That's the only reason why I stayed for so long. Because the backdoor was like, backdoor, like, that maximized when I was going to events. Because I was taking what I bought,
Crazy.
went to events, taking basically retail pairs, flipping them for the high. So,
How did you avoid getting caught? Because I know sometimes, like if there's too many checkouts all at
This dumbass nigga got his JD shit on right now, bro. Does he still work there type shit?
once, especially for someone hot like a Dunk or a Jordan, gets flagged by the system automatically.
if there's an account, if you pay with an account, like your email, phone number, then they could track it. But if you're paying everything in cash, so everything I was doing was in cash.
How about cameras?
They never suspected anything because when a shoe comes out, like out by us, when someone knows a shoe came out, everyone's flooding the store.
So it usually sells out quick anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever have like a regional manager come in and try and pull some shit?
A regional manager? No. No regional manager? No. But I don't, they knew about someone else that was backdooring. So I don't know how he got caught. But I've talked to the regional manager plenty of times. Me and him are super cool. He always shook up whenever he saw me. He always asked our store manager why I was never a manager.
Why were you never manager?
It was not worth the time. To make an extra $1, it wasn't worth the time. And plus I was doing events. So it was just like, it was convenient for me to go there, work 9 to 2. And that was like prime time backdooring because 9 to 2, everyone's in school. Like everyone's, like everyone's busy at that time. So like I would just go in, 5 hours. We don't open the store till 11. So I'm there for 2 hours. I'm looking at the back. I know exactly what we have. Store opens up, give it a little bit of time. 30 minutes after it opens, 40 minutes after it opens, an hour. And then from 12 to 2, backdoor.
Are you actually going out the back door? Or you can just walk out with the bags.
I was walking out straight with the bags. I was literally in my JD shirt, walking out the back. Well, first I would put the pairs close to the door. So I'm like, this is what I'm ringing out now. We ring out 4 at a time. 6 at a time if it was grade school, because you could fit 3 in a bag. So I'd go buy like 3 pairs. That's 1 big bag, another 3 pairs, another big bag. Walk out the store while I'm on the clock. I didn't do any of this stuff like while I wasn't working. I never came in like she gave me a text like this was while I'm working on the clock, walking out the store with 2 bags, doing this for 30 minutes to an hour depending on how many pairs there were.
You mentioned one of your other guys
Fuck,
got
bro.
caught. What happens if you get caught?
At least I know right now they have his account like flagged. So when his name pops up, because some stores are cool, they'll be like, oh, you know, we'll let you get 2 pairs, 3 pairs, whatever. They really don't care, depending on where it's at. But his name like is flagged, his account is flagged. So they're like, oh yeah, we can only give you 1 pair.
Did you ever backdoor to anyone else, or was it just all going to you?
Straight to me. It didn't make sense for me to backdoor for someone else, especially like I said, since I was going to events. So if I could sell bulk at, you know, market price, because that's what people were paying, selling it for market price, but I'm getting it for retail, and I'm traveling, I was already traveling for it, so it was like backdoor pairs on top of like my own pairs I was selling. Like, it was good money.
Why did your manager just not do it herself or themselves?
So that's why I left. Resale store got involved. So because I taught them how to backdoor, resale store is going to pay more than me. So they got involved when I wasn't coming in, because like I said, I was only working 9 to 2. So it wasn't too many days. It'd probably be like 2 or 3 days. But when I wasn't working, they would just hide shit. Shit came in, they would hide it because shit.
Shut the fuck up, dude. These motherfuckers is like the best thieves. Motherfucking. I gotta like. There's only like. I got a reseller that I do fuck with, and then a bunch that I don't. Resellers irk my fucking nerves, dog.
Day. So that's why I had to check in the morning, because that was the shipment from the day before. So they would be quick on shipping. When stuff came in, they would break down so there's breaking down boxes to where you open it up and take everything out, or you could break them down to where you just open every single box and look at what's inside, and then you don't even like organize it. So that's what they were doing.
What was your actual position?
I was a sales floor associate. I actually got employee of the month.
Wow.
Yeah, first ever employee of the month for the store.
Wow. So you're just a regular sales associate. Why didn't any of the other sales associates do the same thing?
They were scared to get caught. I knew that I could do it because, like I said, like someone else that I knew was doing it. He left.
How did you actually pitch the question to the manager? Were you like, hey, let me backdoor this shit, or what?
It was we got a restock on Shadow Toe lows. They were sitting, and I was like, hey, can I get these? And she was like, yeah, go ahead. There's one. And I was like, okay, well, what if I get multiples? And she like looked at me and she was like, you know, that's against the rules. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, if money's involved. She was like, how much are we talking? That's when I pitched the idea. And she was like, okay, you can get like 4 pairs that turned into 6, and then 6 turned it into, you know, a size run, and then 1 size run turned it into like 3, like, just kept going. Easy money for her.
She knew you were a reseller?
Yeah, she knew. She knew my second time around. Because my first time around, she was the one that gave me the interview. So she gave me my...
That's some bullshit, man. Just let motherfuckers like me buy shoes, bro. Come on, gang.
My initial interview, my first time applied at JD. And she ended the interview with, okay, so what else do you like to do? And I was like, oh, I resell shoes. And she was like, you can't say that. She knew my first time around I was reselling. She was only the store assistant. She was the assistant store manager at the time. When I was gone, she ended up becoming the store manager for that store. So she called me up and was like, do you want to come back? And I was like, you know, I resell. Like, I still do it. Like, this is the heaviest I've done it. And she's like, yeah, I know, but you're a good enough associate that it's like, you know, as long as you don't do anything dumb.
Would you recommend doing what you did for someone else?
Depending on the location, depending on your associates, I was super cool with my coworkers. Like, they all messed with me, you know, like they didn't care. Some people like even got involved to where it's like release date pairs. So it's like release date pairs, they keep a certain amount for employees, only 10%. But it's like I was the one that wanted them. They knew that I wanted them, so they used discount. I'd pay them for their pairs. I'm still paying over retail, but like, you know, lower than payout.
Yeah.
And it's like I would get their pairs, they make their quick money. They knew that they were making money for every release. And I think that's where it got bad was when too many people realized that they could make money, a lot of people got involved and it just hit the fan. Because then it's like people at the store wanted pairs and then the resale store wanted pairs, but the store manager wanted to please everyone.
I feel like you lose the power if you're not the actual manager yourself.
Yeah, 1000%.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to get into backdooring?
Into backdooring.
And maybe they don't even want to work at the store, they just want to get access to the manager.
Just talk to the manager. Like, there are managers out there where it's like they know you're resellers, but like if you're cool enough with them, they know that you're there for the money. Like, just don't go in there like acting like you're a fiend for shoes, you know, because there's people that come run into the store when shoes drop, or, you know, they're disrespectful when they ask for a shoe. I don't know, just being a mess inside the store. We had an incident where like this one reseller was like cussing out our manager, and she remembered the face. So after that, she was like, yeah, like every time she saw him, she'd just kick him out. Now, obviously, you know, they have the power, but at the end of the day, like, everyone's human. So
What do you think about the ethics of backdooring?
yeah, I mean, for me,
I think it's fucking bullshit, bro. You're a fucked human.
it only made sense working there because I was backdooring. When I stopped getting pairs, like, for us as resellers, it's a way for us to make money. You know, so if you're not there on time when a shoe drops, that's not, you know, it's not our fault that we're there. You know, like the fact that I was working there, it's like, you know, sorry that I'm working and the shoes are in my possession. You know, I don't feel bad for you. Like, if you really want it, then, you know, quit your job, check JD every hour, then you go ahead and do that work. But I just found a way to make, you know, backdoor make sense for me, or found a way for it to work.
After talking with a JD Sports worker, I wanted to hear how it differed with Foot Locker.
I put my hands on that nigga. Fuck, bro. Like, that shit, it hurts my feelings genuinely. Like, damn, dog. You quit your job. Man, you sound like an asshole, bro. Stop being greedy. That's the fucking problem, is that you motherfuckers is greedy, bro.
So I went and talked with an ex-Foot Locker manager.
How long you working for Locker?
4 years. I think I left like a week after my 4-year anniversary.
You were 16?
Mhm.
And you were what position?
When I started, yeah,
Everything.
sales associate. When I ended,
Yeah.
manager.
And were you backdooring at all?
All the time.
How long? And like in those 4 years?
Probably for like 2 of them.
You were only backdooring when you were manager, or you were associate too?
Oh, when I was associate too.
How did that work?
Got boxes in, took pictures of the boxes, posted them, whoever wanted them. I actually had people from my close friends, so like my avid buyers, added them to my close friends. And then if they needed anything, I bought it and then sold it to them.
So you were backdooring to other resellers or to yourself?
Other resellers and to myself.
Do you think it was more to other resellers or more?
Just more to other resellers.
Okay, so break me down the whole process.
So during like my 2 years, I was actually doing like manager duties and stock. So like I was the first person to know like.
The fuck up. And like, you can fucking tell when you go into a store, and I've had like, there was an instance where I wanted the Raging Bull 5s, and when I went to go grab them, dude was like, I'm not gonna put them out on the floor because I'm gonna sell them to, I'm not basically because, oh, he said, I know who's gonna come grab them, so I'm gonna hold them for him. No, it's not that fucking works, my guy. The fuck out of here. Bogus as shit.
Just got the boxes in, like opened it, seeing what the SKU was, looked it up on StockX, see if it was going for anything, hit up my people, and then seeing if they wanted it. If they did, they sent me the money. I just bought them all in cash.
Was there any risk of you getting in trouble?
No,
Why not?
I had no plans of getting caught.
How would you get caught?
If you use cards,
So as long as you pay it all cash?
yeah,
Okay. Did the other employees in the store know you were backdooring?
yeah,
And what did they think about it?
they didn't care unless they wanted to shoot.
They knew how much you were making?
No,
How much were you making?
it's a nice amount.
Can you give me a number or no?
Depends what the shoe was.
Let's say like average month,
Average month, maybe like 2,000.
2,000 extra profit just from backdooring. How many pairs do you think?
A month, on a good month, maybe like, if we get 3 cases in, a full size run is like 12 pairs, so maybe like 2 different size runs. So like 24 pairs for each shoe, if no employees wanted them. A month, probably like 50.
So you're making $2,000 profit a month from backdooring. How much are you making from actually being the manager?
About 50 a year.
50K a year, 4K a month.
Yeah.
So making 50% of your extra 50% just from backdooring. Do you think it would have been worth it to be a store manager if you weren't backdooring?
Not at all. Far from it.
Why'd you quit?
just waste of time really when I could be doing more. It was just really a launch point, just being there.
So you quit working at Foot Locker, and then what did you switch to?
I don't want to say.
You don't want to say. Fair enough. What was the craziest backdoor story you have from when?
Crazy backdoor, Lost and Founds. Lost and Founds was one of my best days.
What happened?
I don't want to say.
cases
That's so
lost.
sketchy. What do you mean? Did you like quit Foot Locker to fucking work for Pablo Escobar or some shit? What the fuck is going on? He said, I don't want to say. Why are you so inconspicuous?
Founds.
What?
Put maybe one box out. A lot were raffled just because it was Foot Locker. But all the ones that didn't get picked up and weren't raffled, all got backdoored.
How much did you make on that release?
That release alone, I made my 2,000 for that month.
Just on one release.
Mm-hmm.
And did the employees get any cut of that, or is it just all going to you?
All going in.
All going to you. Let's say someone.
See that greedy shit, bro? Make me want to do something to one of y'all, like, backdoor. Catch you literally coming out the back door, bro. We'll literally backdoor the back door, like. That's how I feel about it. That shit's bogus as hell. Come on, bro. Any ones that did so, like, you're telling me someone came to go grab a pair, and because it didn't get raffled off, you were like, oh, we're sold out because you bought them all, and then you sold them all for like $350, $400 because that's what the fuck they're going for. Maybe at the time they might have been going for like $5 and shit. But hey, I got my pair, so fuck it.
Like a reseller was coming to you and they're buying pairs backdoor from you. How did that process work?
They come, give me the cash. A couple people to come in just so it looks good on cameras and have all the shoes bought because you can only ring out 2 to 3 shoes on each transaction without getting flagged.
And how much were they paying you per pair?
For the Lost and Founds, like $220 for grade school. I wasn't too high on it.
Okay, and market at the time was what, like $450? So they were making like
On the side, that shit
60,
was
70
like,
bucks, and you were making your 200 per pair.
Yep.
What do you think about the ethics about backdooring?
As long as my employees get their pairs, then I didn't really care that much.
And you mentioned you had to make it look good on camera. Who's watching those cameras?
Our district manager. And plus there's an auditor that comes through every now and then and he watches certain days. You never really know what days he's going to watch, so you got to be careful.
What happens if he sees you backdooring?
You get fired. Terminated on the spot.
On the spot. But you were cool with that risk.
Yeah. Because I didn't care. If I got caught and I got fired, then okay, I can go to a different store.
Why did you backdoor to other resellers instead of just taking the pairs yourself?
It's quicker. Yeah, I don't have to like post them, hold them, and then everybody is wondering how I got that many pairs. I'd rather just give it to people that can take that risk of how'd you get that many. And plus a lot of people just knew I worked at Foot Locker, so I didn't want them to know, like, hey, he's backdooring pairs.
Are you allowed to be a reseller if you're working at Foot Locker?
No, not at all. So you're not allowed to be a reseller if you work at any shoe store.
How did you manage that?
Just don't get caught.
Did the other workers at the store know you were a reseller?
Oh yeah, all of them. All of them.
Were you ever worried about them telling someone?
No, I mean, the thing is, they will only tell anything if they didn't like you. But everybody I work with likes. We had to leave some pairs for regular customers because, like I said, like they got raffled. So all the raffle pairs we had to leave to the side. But some people just didn't pick them up. I would say about like 60% of the pairs actually went out to customers because it was a popular release, so everybody really picked up the pairs.
Mm-hmm.
But the pairs that didn't get picked up, I got. And plus, it was a Finish Line right next door, and I got a lot of pairs from over there too.
Were you cool with the manager there?
Oh yeah.
Were you backdooring from the finish line too?
Yeah.
So you were backdooring from the Foot Locker and the finish line right next to each other?
Mm-hmm.
How did the process work at finish line?
Just walked in. Well, Finish Line's a little bit different on how they conduct like selling. So like they don't really get audited on how many sales they like get on each transaction. So just walked in, bought as many as I needed on cash or different name cards. So if you had a card and you had like my name and then I had my girlfriend's name or I had my dad's card with his name, then that's completely different people, so they wouldn't need to know. Or if you just pay with cash.
Which is easier to backdoor from, finish line or Foot Locker?
Finish Line.
Why?
But Foot Locker, they really keep it on lockdown. They watch everything.
What piece of advice would you give to someone who wants to start backdooring from their store?
They don't get caught.
Anything else you want to share about your experience backdooring Foot Locker?
I don't regret. I regret nothing.
If it was so easy to
I
backdoor
regret
from
nothing.
stores like
If you ain't regret it, bro, you wouldn't have your face blurred, hoe ass nigga.
JD Sports or Foot Locker, I wondered how easy it would be to backdoor from Nike. So I went out and talked to an ex-Nike worker. So we're doing a video on backdooring. So we want to just hear workers or employees' experiences with backdooring at each of the stores and kind of get an idea of what the process looks like.
There's like no way really, because like, I mean, unless you're a store manager, I guess. But like even then, the people below you, like the managers, would snitch on you probably. So you can't really, yeah. There's like no way. But if you get caught, like,
Nah, shut the fuck up. Man, fuck that backdooring ass shit. Little backdoorman, bro. It's crazy. Oh shit, no that ain't. Oh shit, that's that bullshit. Damn. He was old as fuck.
you do with like discounts, or if you get caught reselling, I think they'll like charge you in court or something, and then they'll make you pay back the discount amount that you like technically stole from them, because they could have sold it at retail, but they gave it to you at like a discount price.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who's gotten caught like that?
I mean, I've heard of like stories at other stores. There's been like one guy, I think he got caught. It was like $100,000 he had to pay back employee discount, because he did it for like, I think it was like 5 years. I guess they let him add it up, and then they finally got him. I don't know how he got caught though. It's probably just like he bought like a shit ton of stuff, like all different sizes.
Were you like reselling while you're working at Nike, or are you still reselling while you're working at Nike?
Yeah, I would say everyone that you have like a ton of perks when you work at Nike. You have like Swoosh, which is like discount obviously that you get on the app, and then you have like the employee website. I think I saw something on like the sneaker page yesterday. CPFM dunks.
Yeah.
Those got reach on there, but they just have like crazy shit on there. So it's like, and it's all at retail, like 60% off pretty much.
It's not.
So, I mean, it's kind of like a
You ain't trying
no-brainer,
to
but
Nike, bro. I ain't
some
even
people are
trying
just
backdoor.
like
Fuck y'all.
stingy with it. I don't
Own it
know.
for me.
Depends on who you are.
What's the craziest thing you ever got on the van?
Like off-whites, like the 10. I think it was a Jordan 4 sale,
That's nuts.
but they usually always have like off-whites, like Jordan 5 off-whites. If they get returned to the like an actual store, then you have to send it back to the employee store. So I don't know if they have it there. I don't know what they do, but they just have like so much stuff like stockpiled, or like just in the, they call it the vault. So it's like they'll drop stuff like
Fuck.
every like few weeks, or like every month they'll have like a vault drop, and it'll be just
Gotta give me a motherfucking job at Nike, gang.
crazy shit.
So you think like almost all Nike workers were reselling?
I wouldn't say like all. There's like obviously like good people that like I would say like most people. Like when I worked at the store that I worked at, like you kind of just know that they're reselling.
The most you do is one pair at a time, though. It would never be like you're clearing stock or anything.
No, you can't. Like if you bulk buy on like Swoosh or like any other site, like they'll flip you like right away, or not right away, but they'll definitely like flag your account.
Interesting. What do you think about the? I know you just said some people were good people and they weren't reselling. What do you think about the ethics of it?
I don't know. There's no like. I mean, like it's like Nike. I mean, they like very well comparative to like a Finish Line or like Foot Locker, so they take care of their employees. But at the same time, they're making like so much money off like their own products, and it's like you're not making. I mean, you're making like 15 an hour, so it's like it's not like livable. Like, I don't know. Like if you're in like high school or college or just like young, like I don't see why you wouldn't do it, because it's just extra income.
Yeah, that makes sense. How much do you think you can add into your income just from reselling from Nike?
Probably like, I mean, over the span that I worked there, probably like $10,000-$20,000.
Wow.
If you bulk buy, you can make like, I don't know, a crazy amount of money.
Do you think the managers, are they, would you say they're less likely to be resellers and it's more so just like the associates?
I don't know, they're kind of in it for like moving up within the company, so I would probably say managers wouldn't do that. But there's definitely, I've heard like stories of like managers getting caught. They gave away their Swoosh account, which is like your Nike employee. I think they got fired for it because someone ran up, like, they just were both blind on there. And then it's on the manager.
That's nuts. Why do you think Nike is so much stricter than like Foot Locker and Finish Line, JD Sports?
Finish Line and Foot Locker, they don't pay as well. And then people at Nike, you're kind of in a better environment than like those two stores. I guess you feel less obligated to resell.
So you generally like working at Nike?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Do you think it's worth working at Nike if you're not reselling?
If you're with a company for 5 years, they give you 40% off for life. And then also you're...
What? If you work with Nike for 5 years, they give you 40% off for life. I think I need that.
Your like family gets that as well.
Wow. And that can be any position, like just 4 years or 5 years as an associate?
Yeah, you can be part-time and get it.
Wow.
Part-time, nigga, what?
Wow, that's impressive. And is there like a limit on how much you can use the discount every year, every month?
There's no like limit technically. It's only if you're like reselling, then they'll like take it away. But there's like no limit technically. I mean, you can, if you want to buy, if you want to spend all your money on Nike, you can do that.
Damn, dog. That's crazy. Shout out DP Sneak for the vid, bro. I think I need a job at Nike, bro. That's the vibes. But shit, man, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna fuck with y'all.